to increase the bandwidth between switches.
Correct.
Okay.
Load balancing also.
Load balancing.
I think so.
Okay. Load balancing between switches, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there any protocol for EtherChannel? Is there any protocol
LACP, sir.
to configure EtherChannel?
LACP, sir. LACP.
Okay. Any other?
एक और है सर, but that is not in use basically. पहले करते थे. I don't remember, मतलब नाम याद नहीं आ रहा.
PAGP.
Yeah, correct, PAGP, correct.
AGP was Cisco proprietary. So we can say EtherChannel is a technology which is used to bundle multiple physical link between the into single how many types of EtherChannel are there?
2 types.
Yes, 2 types. First one is
PAGP. LAC.
Layer-2 EtherChannel, and second one is Layer-3. So we have 2 types of EtherChannel. I will tell you what is the benefit of Layer-3 EtherChannel. Don't worry with the need of Layer-3 EtherChannel. Then, if I will talk about the protocols, so we have 2 protocols, LACP and PA. And there are means 3 methods to configure LACP. There are 3 methods to configure LACP: static or protocol. 2 protocol and 1. So static, what is the disadvantage of static? Both sides we have to configure it. To protocol, again like DTP. See, if you know the DTP protocol, dynamic trunking protocol, how the trunk link will form between switches dynamically, then you can understand PAGP and LACP very easy. If you don't know DTP protocol, then please ask me, right? Like modes of DTP. What is switch port mode? Dynamic desirable and dynamic auto. What is dynamic auto and dynamic desirable? If you know
By
that,
default, it is dynamic auto. And,
both sides. And auto and auto can never form trunking.
Trunking.
So if you know these port switch ports, then you can understand LACP and PAGP very easily. There is nothing. But we need to understand EtherChannel first. Why EtherChannel and how it is going to work. Either it is static or dynamic by using protocol. The function working is going to be exactly same. Yes or no? So let's say for an example, I have 2 switches. At each switch, there are 100 users. How many users are there? 100. How many users? 100 users are on switch 1, 100 users are on switch 2. 100 computers or servers, any devices are connected to switch 1 and 100 are connected to switch 2. Okay. If I am going to add one link, let's say one fast Ethernet link, and these all are fast Ethernet link only, then what is the bandwidth of fast Ethernet link, guys? 100
100 MB.
100 Mbps,
10 by 100, sir. Yes, sir.
right? And we have 100 users also. So one user will get how much bandwidth between switch 1 and switch 2? One user will get around
100 only, sir.
100 divided with 200.
200.
नहीं सर, he's saying कि 100 को 200 यूजर से डिवाइड कर दो.
Okay. So each user will get around 0.5 Mbps of bandwidth, right?
Correct.
Around 0.
Yes.
I'm talking about throughput. Okay, so total throughput is going to be around 0 to 0.5%. Let's suppose switch 2 is now connected to one router, and this router is connected to
So, sir, in this case, actual bandwidth will be 100 Mbps, right? Okay.
now there is router is connected to any service provider, let's say internet or MPLS, and here is my data center somewhere. All the resources are there in the data center only. That means these users are working, are accessing the server 24/7. These all 100 users, right? 100 users. Here maybe you have more bandwidth. Here maybe you have more bandwidth, right? Let's say 1 Gbps, right? Then also this user have 0.5, around 1 Mbps, hardly 1 Mbps to one user. So sometimes we need more bandwidth here between switches. When we have multiple sites, all are connected together, and in the internal network we have switches. So the one link 100 Mbps bandwidth is not sufficient because this is shared bandwidth, right? Each user has 100 Mbps bandwidth. You can see this is fast Ethernet link, right? So here we will not have fast Ethernet link. First of all, 100 Mbps is very less between. If I have only fast Ethernet link, then I will try to connect one more link here. But if I will connect one more link, what will happen? STP will block it. STP will not allow me to use this link. So what we can do, we can remove the STP, but if we will remove the STP, then what will happen? Loop will form here. Am I right?
Correct.
So we need a solution where we can avoid loop as well as we can utilize both the link. I need a solution which can avoid the loop as well as we can utilize multiple link between switches. Then EtherChannel comes in. EtherChannel is solving these two problems, okay? EtherChannel is also responsible to avoid loop as well as it is allowing us to use multiple link between switches. Okay, so what we can do here, we can create one virtual port here or logical port here, one logical port here, and we can assign these two ports in that same virtual port channel. So for an example, here we have port channel 1, here we have another port channel 2. Here I have created, this is similar like tunnel P1, and here also we can have same name or ID or different, right? P1, P2 also, or P1, P1 is also. This one logical link between switch 1 and switch 2. Now STP will not work on physical link. Once you are going to put any switch port into a port channel, STP will remove from that port. All the layer 2 protocol will remove. Now all the layer 2 protocols will shift on this logical link, where it will start working on this virtual link. Now, which port will be the trunk port? This virtual port,
Okay.
this logical port, right? So for STP, there is only one link, right? One port. This, if switch 1 is the root V switch, then this port will become TP and this port will become
RP.
RP, right? And STP is working fine. Now again, you can ask question, then how it is possible? How loop will not form then? If user will generate broadcast message, user will generate broadcast message to switch 1, switch 1 will forward from both physical link, because it cannot forward traffic from the virtual link. At the end, it has to send through physical link
Underlay.
only,
Hmm.
right? So inside the port channel, if there are two physical link, it will forward broadcast message from both port, and switch 2 will receive broadcast message on one port and it will forward back same broadcast message from another port. So again, loop can form here. Yes or no?
Correct.
But whenever a switch receive a broadcast message on an interface which is a part of a port channel, let's say E0/0, it is receiving traffic on E0/0, and this interface is a part of port channel 1, it will not forward that broadcast message from any other port which are member of same port channel.
So repeat this statement again, sir.
Whenever switch is going to receive a broadcast message on an interface, and if that interface is a member of any port channel, then switch will not
Hmm.
forward that broadcast message from any other interface which are member of same port channel, which are member of same port channel. Like, let's say this is E0/0 and this is E0/1. So if switch 2 is going to receive broadcast message on E0/0, it will see this port is a member of port channel 2. Then it is broadcast message, it need to forward from all the port. But E0/1 is also member of same port channel, so it will not forward broadcast message from this port. Only from here and here.
Question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, if multiple port channels exist, then
Again it will work like same. Now you can assume that this is physical link. If between switches, if I have two more link, and these two links are also connected in port channel,
Mhm.
we have ether channel, right? Here let's say P10, P11. Again for STP there are two virtual link. STP is working over here also and over here also. So this, maybe this will become RP, this will become alternate.
Okay, it will perform like same as physical link topology,
Yeah,
which was earlier.
exactly. Between two virtual link, again STP will work and STP will block this. So what you can do, you can combine all the four link in single port channel. In single port channel, you can call all these interfaces. In one port channel, you can combine up to 8 links. You can combine up to 8 links.
8 links.
So by ether channel, we can get
So, sir,
segmentation or not? Ether channel, we can get segmentation or not?
Segmentation, no.
We can't get. Okay.
so sir, that means as per your statement, मल्टीपल मान लीजिए एक स्विच दो स्विचेस के बीच में हाउ मेनी लिंक्स 8 इज द मैक्सिमम लिमिट राइट सो मैक्सिमम 8 लिंक शुड बी combined right मतलब can be combined right
8 or 16?
8
8. On some switches, you will find 16 also.
Yes, yes, that only because
so
I
that
read
means
8 we
Mhm.
can write in the one single side.
Yeah, yeah.
8 in
8,
the other.
16, 4 like this.
so
On
sir
some switches,
multiple
only 4
port
ports are.
channel is not required right बट मैंने सर कोर स्विचेस के बीच में देखा है सर वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट साइट ऑफ वन कस्टमर
Then ये
आई
core switch
वांट
के BC होगा.
हाँ तो आई हैव सीन कि अराउंड 5 to 6 पोर्ट चैनल्स वर देयर दैट मींस कि सर उनका कोई यूज ही नहीं है फिर तो उस केस में और दो दो पोर्ट डाल रखे थे सब में दो दो तीन तीन
हाँ, तो एक ही यूज हो रहा होगा.
This question also interviewer asked miss it very
Yes.
specific with how many links we can use means. So that time what should we have to tell?
How many?
Links we can use in
You
port
can say
channel.
it depends on the platform of devices.
Hardware.
Okay. Mm. And sir, and one more thing, if suppose means we have 8 links in the one single port channel, so these 8 links are active only, right? Means green only. If suppose one link gone down, so what will be effect on that case?
You know, even you are going to connect 16 links, but at the time only 8 link can be active, not more than that. That is the maximum number on any platform of switch. Only
Okay.
8 link can be active, not more than that.
Okay. And suppose eighth link is gone down, so 7 will be performing the work, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
And it will be D something in bracket in the status.
For the 16 links, we have to use LSCP protocol. In LSCP, we have LSCP port ID. On the basis of LSCP port ID, it is going to elect the best 8 port. If you have more than 8 ports in that port, LSCP port ID. You might have heard about LSCP ID, LSCP port ID. We'll see that. And most of the time we will be using LSCP protocol. And see, between all the active links inside the port channel, switches will be distributing the traffic. It will be performing load balancing. Okay, 50% traffic from upper link, 50% traffic from lower. By the way, we'll see the load balancing ratio as well, don't worry, how it is performing load balance.
Just a dumb question, sir. So the MTU for that combined ports will be multiplied also, sir. Is that correct?
Yes, MTU of your logical port is going to be combination of all physical port MTU.
So by default, it is 1500 for L2 and L3, right? MTU. So 1500 8 times would be the port channel MTU, correct?
By default, MTU on port channel is also 1500 only, I think. Only a 3 port channel.
नहीं सर, वी आर सेइंग ना कि टोटल का होगा तो ये
आप कॉन्फ़िगर
MTU
कर
फिर
सकते हो शायद। बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट
12,000 हो
1500 ही।
जाएगा.
बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट शायद 1500 ही होता है। हम लोग देख लेंगे, चेक कर लेंगे।
ओके, ठीक है, डन सर.
विल सी दैट व्हाट इज़ द डिफ़ॉल्ट एमटी।
एंड सर एक और क्वेश्चन है इसमें कि अगर आपस में किसी
बैंडविड्थ
एक
आप बोल
इंटरफेस.
सकते हो ना, बैंडविड्थ कंबाइन हो जाता है। ऐसे बोल।
ओके, हाँ, बैंडविड्थ कैन बी कंबाइंड, यस. मतलब एडिशन होता है बैंडविड्थ में.
बिल्कुल। एंड बाय द वे आपको बैंडविड्थ और एमटीयू के बारे में सोचना ही नहीं चाहिए। व्हाई यू गाइस शुड नॉट थिंक अबाउट bandwidth and MTU is it is not going to forward traffic from this port. MTU and bandwidth doesn't matter. What is the bandwidth of this logical link or MTU is of this logical link? It will forward traffic from the physical link only, right? So that bandwidth which is already defined or MTU already defined to the physical interface, that will only work. Okay? When we are creating tunnel, we are not forwarding traffic through tunnel, we are forwarding through physical interface on. Here also traffic is going through user traffic. If I will talk about user traffic, if this user is going to talk to this user, traffic will go through physical link only, physical port, right? So bandwidth of the physical port is important, not the this port. This is just a technique to utilize both the link, that's it. Okay, fine, clear. Why ether channel and what is ether channel? Can we configure EtherChannel between switches if we have any types of link or any configuration? There is some requirement of EtherChannel as well. If I have two switch,
Correct.
both are trunk link. This which one? Now, if you want to bundle these two links, then there is some requirement. Requirement is a speed of all the links should be
Say,
Or 4 links.
4 links. Two links are there, not 4 links.
नहीं, दोनों तरफ का मिला के ना, कि एक तरफ
एक
की
तरफ का
एक तरफ की कॉन्फ़िग सेम होनी चाहिए, राइट?
here it should be 100 MPS and here also it should be 100 MPS.
करेक्ट.
Then duplex of all the interface should be also
सेम.
same. It can be half duplex or full
Full.
duplex. Ethernet, if you know the Ethernet extender, so if it is Ethernet link, then Ethernet extender should be also same. Like we cannot add Ethernet and fast Ethernet link. If this is my Ethernet link and this is fast Ethernet link, so now extender is going to be different. Ethernet, this is Ethernet extender. Gig link will have different Ethernet extender. So if even extender will mismatch, then also your Ether channel will not work. Your port channel will not work. Then all the port should be either access port or trunk port. It is not like this port is a access port and this port is the trunk port. Then also you can not bundle. You can bundle all the trunk link as well as all the access link. Okay, what we can say? Same. Then we can say what? Trunk or all ports should be trunk, or we cannot bundle access port and trunk port together. If it is
मतलब
trunk port, then encapsulation protocol should be also same. If it is .1q, then make sure on all the link it is .1q only. If it is ISL, then on all the link it should be ISL. If it is negotiate, then on all the link it should be negotiate. Right? Then if it is trunk link, then allowed VLAN on the port should be also same. Allowed VLAN should be same. Right? Native between the switches, native VLAN should be same, or on the link also. That is even requirement of trunk, right? Between the switches, native VLAN should be same, and between the
same.
ports also native VLAN should be same. It is not like on 0/0 trunk link native VLAN is 1, on 0/1 it is.
वो ट्रंक फॉर्म नहीं कर पाएंगे सर, या फिर एरर देता रहेगा वो
then आप
कंटिन्यूअस.
बंडल नहीं कर सकते हो, वो तो काम करेगा, बंडल नहीं कर
नहीं, वो एरर भी थ्रो करता है सर कि नेटिव
दो
विलेन
स्विच पे अलग
मिसमैच.
होता है तब करता है ना.
हाँ हाँ.
VLAN same. Any other requirement, guys?
that question, sir. How about what if the other switch is Aruba, sir, and the other one is Cisco, and Cisco did the Ether channel? What will happen?
On Aruba switch, how we will configure Ether channel?
So it's okay, sir, right? If two switches are different.
सर डिफरेंट वेंडर स्विचेस, मतलब इट इज ओपन स्टैंडर्ड ईथर चैनल.
हमने तो सिस्को का भी कोई बात ही नहीं किया है. हाँ,
स्टैंडर्ड भी बात नहीं
Ether
करी.
channel is a technology. It is for all the vendors. not only for Cisco. Aruba will also configure EtherChannel. You will also configure EtherChannel. So will also configure EtherChannel. Pruning, eligibility list should be also same if you have configured. Pruning. So these all are the requirement of EtherChannel. I think nothing else. If I am missing anything, you will understand while configuring.
So between two switches, we can create only one single native VLAN, right?
Yes. Okay. If I will talk about the method, so for methods we have first one is a static method. So let's understand a static method first. What I am going to do side by side, I am going to turn on my UNG also. Time. Static. First type of ether channel is first types of implementation of ether channel is rest and static. Sir. We can bundle up to 8 link only here. Static can bundle up to 8 links, and already know the how it is going to work. Then mode to configure ether channel is static ether channel is on, and we can bundle up to 8 links, and all the links will be in forwarding. कॉन्फ़िगर करके देखें स्टैटिक ईथर चैनल.
Yes, sir.
If you want, we can add some more link between switches as well. So add more link.
नो सर, एक दो और कर लीजिए.
सिनेरियो तो आपको समझ में आए.
सर टोपोलॉजी सिंपल रखिए, समझने में काफी आसानी होगी. बाद में लिंक तो ऐड किए जा सकते हैं, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन तो
चार लिंक बस रखा.
जी सर.
टॉकिंग वाला चीज बोलूँ ना तो कमांड मुझे भी याद नहीं है ईथर चैनल का.
सर मेरे को याद है.
नहीं तो कमांड तो पता कर ही लेंगे, ऐसा थोड़ी ना है.
क्वेश्चन मार्क है सर
फिर
अपने पास.
कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है जो कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं होगा. कमांड तो कितना का नहीं याद होगा.
सर कितनी ही याद
तो
कर
आपका
सकते हो.
वीडियो देख रहा था यूट्यूब वाला, ये वाला वीडियो.
सर चैनल
कल देख रहा था। हाँ, इसी में तो काफ़ी बढ़िया एक्सप्लेन किया है आपने उसमें। लोड बैलेंसिंग वगैरह भी है उसमें, काफ़ी अच्छा है वो।
ये तो सब यूट्यूब पे देख लेंगे, फिर मेरा कमाई कैसे?
सर आप ही का तो है, दूसरे का थोड़ी ना है,
नहीं, उसका
आप
पैसा
ही
नहीं
का
मिल रहा ना दोस्त।
नहीं तो यूट्यूब पे क्या नहीं है, सब कुछ तो है ही।
एग्जैक्ट।
नहीं, खाली आप ही
गूगल,
का
यूट्यूब
देखता
सब
हूँ,
कुछ
दूसरा
है।
बहुत देख लिया।
सेम
अच्छा,
दूसरा
यार,
देखते ही नहीं है।
मोस्टली आपका ही मतलब सबका देख देख के लास्ट में कोई भी टॉपिक होता है तो आपकी तरफ ही जाता है ध्यान।
तू कोई बना नहीं रहा है क्या अच्छा वीडियो?
नहीं बनाते हैं बट
बना
सर
तो
वो
सभी रहे हैं सर,
लेवल ऑफ
लेकिन आपके
अंडरस्टैंडिंग
जैसा।
सर आपका वाला
हाँ,
काफी एक्सप्लेनिंग होता है सर।
का रीजन है वो ज्यादातर ट्रेनर है सिर्फ जो बनाते हैं ना,
जी।
जी सर।
इंडस्ट्री का एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ी ना होगा सब। इतने लोग सीसीए ने पढ़ाने वाले मुझे लगते हैं 1000 से ज्यादा होगा यूट्यूब पे इंडियन।
करेक्ट।
हाँ सर,
और
वो
उसमें से
सिंपल के हाँ सर।
90% वो ट्रेनर होंगे सिर्फ, बड़े एक्सपीरियंस भी होगा एज अ ट्रेनर बहुत। क्योंकि कभी कभी मैं भी पढ़ता हूँ ना, जब AWS वगैरह ट्रेनर से अगर कुछ रियल टाइम का पूछा तो हो जाता है, तो फिर पता चलता है कि ये ट्रेनिंग में ही है हमेशा से, ऐसा रहता है। जैसे किसी बहुत दिन से कोई वीडियो बना रहा है एकदम, तो उसने कभी जॉब नहीं किया होगा, उसको देखा नहीं होगा राउटर कैसा होता है, स्विच कैसा होता है, फिर भी पढ़ा रहा होगा OSPF वगैरह सब कुछ। तो ऐसे बहुत होते हैं ना भाई।
और
हाँ,
सर
नहीं बिल्कुल
बहुत
सर।
डिफरेंस होता है सर, बहुत डिफरेंस होता है। आप रियल एनवायरनमेंट में जाके कमांड चलाने में डरोगे अगर आपको सिर्फ लैब का याद है तो।
हम
सर वो
जो डेटा
वर्चुअल और
सेंटर भी पढ़ाते
रियल।
हैं ना, जो डेटा सेंटर या वर्चुअलाइजेशन, पाइथन ऑटोमेशन का अलग ट्रेनर मैं रखा हूँ, तो वही लोग हैं जो इंडस्ट्री में इसी चीज़ पे काम कर रहे हैं। सबसे ज़्यादा मैं काम किया हूँ राउटिंग स्विचिंग और फायरवॉल पे, तो सबसे ज़्यादा मैं ये पढ़ाता हूँ। अभी SD-WAN पे काम करना चालू किया था कुछ टाइम पहले, 3-4 प्रोजेक्ट पे किया हूँ, तो फिर SD-WAN पे पढ़ाना। तो ऐसा है, सब वर्किंग है। उनका भी आप वीडियो देखोगे डेटा सेंटर का, मज़ा आ जाएगा आपको।
सर उनका भी एक दो कोई वीडियो भेज के देखिए
है
हमें।
यूट्यूब चैनल पे, आप डेटा सेंटर
आप
PM नेटवर्किंग सर्च करना है।
ओके।
वो जो लॉ
हम
है।
तो पीएम, सर हम तो मैं तो मतलब पीएम मतलब आप।
अरे
सच में
हाँ
आई
सर,
डिडंट
इसी
नो
वजह
कि
से कोई दूसरे
आई
ट्रेंडर का
डिडंट
हम देखते ही नहीं
हाँ
है।
आई डिडंट नो कि आप में मतलब पूरा टीम है, एक्सेप्ट जो आपके एक वीडियोस डालते हैं एक और ट्रेनर है जो
नहीं तो
अभी
मैं
सीसीएन
ही
ने
सिर्फ
पढ़ा
अपने जैसा काम करता हूँ, और कोई क्यों करेगा? वो है ना भाई, चलो ठीक है। तो वो
रहा।
आउटपुट नहीं मिल पाता है ना किसी से भी ट्रेनिंग क्लास
हम्म,
में। जैसे कंप्लीट करना है बस सिलेबस, एज अ सिलेबस पढ़ाते हैं ना लोग,
करेक्ट सर।
सिलेबस कवर करना
हाँ
है।
बिल्कुल सर।
मेरे को रहता है कि भाई सिखाना है कैसे भी, मेरा टारगेट ये रहता था। ये सबसे ज़्यादा बैच भी रहता है अपना कॉम्बो ही, आप देखते हो मैं जो पढ़ाता हूँ तो CNC।
बढ़िया सर, बढ़िया है।
ओके।
आपका नाम भी मैच हो गया, प्रफुल्ल मिश्रा से प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर ऐसा कुछ। मैं अभी तक प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट ही समझ रहा था,
अरे
अभी
बाप
याद है
रे।
अभी। आपका नाम फुल नेम याद आ गया अभी।
तो ही इज मैनेजिंग टू मेनी प्रोजेक्ट्स ना, इसीलिए पीएम।
हम्म,
क्या मिस प्रफुल्ल मिश्रा नाम है मेरा, कोविड में स्टार्ट हुआ था।
हम्म,
Okay, let's configure ether channel between switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, which ether channel? A static ether channel. First of all, I'm going to say interface range E0/0 to 1, and then
0/1, 1/1, 1/2.
E1/1 to switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1
Dot
q switch port mode
mod
trunk duplex full
speed,
switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 20 30
villain keyword missing.
The speed command is not there. Okay, it is by default same. All are Ethernet link. Now, before configuring port channel, you should set the port. You should set the port to avoid any error. First of all, I have set down the port, and then I'm going to run command channel group to create port channel and the group number. Length of group number is 8 bits. So range is 12255. 2 power 8 is going to be 256, means total 256 groups we can create on switch. How many group I can create total? 256. So let's say I'm saying group
Sir,
number 1. Yeah,
ठीक है sir, continue.
1. And then it is asking for the mode. Now, mode.
On.
See, after mode, if I am putting question mark, I have multiple option: active, auto, desirable, and passive. Desirable and auto are nothing but the PAGP protocol. It is used to configure PAGP protocol. Active and passive is used to configure LACP protocol. And on mode is used to configure ether channel statically. Okay, so I am going to use on mode here. Right? Is there anything else? No. Let me hit enter. What it's saying? Creating a port channel 1 interface, and name is do so interface brief or do so
Brief.
interface status. Here you can see my port channel. My port channel is created, but this port channel is down now. It's saying not connected and VLAN is not assigned.
Assigned.
Why it is down? Because my ports are
We have
shut
shut
down.
down. Yeah.
Do so IP interface brief. Here also you can see port channel line protocol and status are down. Right? If you will configure the IP address here, it will become layer 3 port channel. Right now this is layer 2 port channel. Right? Now before running no set command, I will configure ether channel on switch number 2 also. Interface range E0/0 to 1 and then E1/1 to 2. Switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1q switch port mode trunk, then switch port trunk allowed VLAN
10, 20, 30.
10 20 30 duplex full. Anything else?
नहीं sir.
Encapsulation done, all done, right?
Yeah.
Shut down and channel group 1 and mode done. Here also you can see do so IP interface port channel is created. Do so run interface port channel. This command is not available.
Mhm.
Nothing is configured here, but port is a port status and line protocol is down. Do so ether
So space हाइफन आएगा इधर में, इधर और चैनल में. अरे सर हम लोग उसके अंदर हैं, इफ रेंज के अंदर. एग्जिट करिए एक बार. हाँ, नाउ यू कैन रन. सर बारी आ
channel.
जाएगी.
Do so ether channel
समरी.
summary for an example. So what it's saying? There is one port channel with name P01 and these all interfaces are member of that port channel. Am I right?
Correct.
So if it will receive any broadcast message on any one interface, it will not forward from these ports, which are member of same port channel. Okay, and D is there in bracket. What is the meaning of D?
Down.
Down. And here S is there. What is the meaning of S?
Layer-2.
Layer-2.
Switch.
Layer-2 EtherChannel, right? And D means. So now I am going to run no shut command here. Which command? No shut down. And on switch number 1 also I am going to run command no shut down. So IP interface brief. Now my port channel is
Up.
on switch number 2 also. So EtherChannel summary. My port channel is up. What is the meaning of P?
Bundled in port channel.
All these ports are bundled in port channel. What is the meaning of S? Layer-2. And what is the meaning of U?
Up. In use.
Okay. A small u is different thing, right? This is capital U. Okay. And so interface trunk. Which port is trunk?
Port channel.
Port channel 1, not the physical port. So a spanning tree.
Sorry, DP.
All ports are DP port
Yeah.
on switch number 2.
सर रूट पोर्ट होना चाहिए था ना?
Charam 2. Correct.
DP.
Good operations. सर उसका देखना एक बार स्विच 1 का इंटरफेस ट्रंक डीपी है.
This switch is the
रूट ब्रिज और वो
सर स्विच 1 सर
सर
शट डाउन
दोनों
था सर.
दोनों सर दोनों ही रूट स्विच बने हुए हैं.
dono. Both switches are root bridge switch. All the ports are in
फॉरवर्डिंग स्टेट.
forwarding. So interface trunk VLAN in a spanning tree forwarding state is port channel
1
1
बट
none.
नन आ रहा है. सब प्रूनिंग.
So VTP status tuning is disabled now. So let me do one thing. This any IP 10.1.1/24. There is
सर बाय डिफॉल्ट ये पोर्ट चैनल भी वीलन वर्ल्ड में रहता है.
ping 10.1.2. Yes.
ओके.
बाय डिफॉल्ट
Because-
आपका फिजिकल पोर्ट अगर VLAN 1 में है तो वो VLAN 1 में रहेगा. 2
सर ये E0/2 एक बार पोर्ट नंबर देखेंगे स्विच 1 का कौन सी वीलन में है.
ट्रंक है ट्रंक.
नहीं 0/2 सर जो PC3 पे लगा हुआ है वो ऐसा ना हो 1020 में हो सर वो.
VLAN 1 में है. And VLAN 1 is not allowed on the trunk link. So interface trunk. VLAN 10, 20 and 30 are only allowed.
वीलन ब्रीफ एक बार.
So then brief. VLAN 10, 20 is not there.
करेक्ट.
That's why here it's showing non VLAN active on this port channel. Let
फिजिकली वी
me
हैव
create
create
VLAN 10 here,
VLANs.
exit, VLAN 20 here, exit, and VLAN 30 here, and interface E0/2 switch port
Access field, switch port,
access
um, mode
VLAN
access,
10 and switch port mode
access,
access. A spanning tree port
port
fast.
first. Only have an
Go
effect when
to
it is in non-trunking mode.
number 2 also. (150) VLAN 10 exit, VLAN 20 exit, VLAN 30 exit, and interface E0/2 switch port access VLAN 10 switch port mode access and a spanning tree. Now try to check
तो
connectivity.
नहीं आएगा अभी भी, वो अलाउड नहीं है विलेंटन ट्रंक में. अच्छा हाँ 10 है एग्जैक्टली, ठीक है आएगा.
Reachability is
There.
yeah. Now how to identify that switches are using which link to forward traffic when I ping PC6 from PC3? When I ping PC6 from PC3, which link switch 1 and switch 2 have used? How to identify that? So IP all, here is the MAC address of this device, and on switch number
Switch
2 I
2 you
can
can check.
check MAC
Yeah.
address table. So
So
MAC
MAC address,
address
and then I MAC.
not there.
No.
Let me ping again.
कंटिन्यूस पिंग कर दीजिए एक बार.
What it's
पोर्ट
showing?
चैनल, पोर्ट चैनल
Port
VLAN 10
channel
में है.
1. We are not able to identify the physical port. Now it is going to learn MAC address on port channel. Even if I will run MAC address check MAC address table like this, you can see MAC addresses are learned on which port? This is the MAC address of PC3. Is learned on port channel 1 on the virtual port. So anyone have idea how to identify the physical interface? And that is load
Yes.
balancing that you need to learn. Yes, tell me how.
सर एक बार अच्छा पोर्ट चैनल ही आ रहा है. मैं एड्रेस में देख लिया स्पैनिंग ट्री. यहाँ से नहीं पता लगेगा सर. वही ट्रैफिक देख लें. Maybe we can see the traffic.
Yeah, we can check the outbound packet and inbound packet, right?
Yes.
और अगर आप थोड़ा सा रिसर्च करोगे ना, तो आप please do some research on this, okay? How to find the. Well, by the way, when we will discuss the load balancing, then you will understand that switch is using which link. Soon I am going to show you that. But now you can see users are able to ping. Even I can put PC in VLAN 20 and 30 and all can communicate, and switch will be using multiple links. But when switch will receive traffic, it will receive traffic on physical interface, right? If physical interface is a member of any port channel, then it is going to learn MAC address on that port channel, not on the physical port. Now you can assume there is only single logical link between switch 1 and switch. Everything is running there.
सर ये दोनों स्विच रूट ब्रिज कैसे हो गए?
ये दोनों स्विच है ये.
और सर DP कैसे
तो
कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है?
फिजिकल इंटरफेस पे एसटीपी चल ही नहीं रहा है.
ओके ओके ओके. करेक्ट.
For
एक
VLAN
बार
10, where STP is running?
पोर्ट चैनल पे.
Port channel. Right, and 0/2 is your edge port. This output is for VLAN 1. This is for VLAN 1, which is not allowed on the trunk link, right? So switch 1 and switch 2 cannot exchange their BPDU for VLAN 1. Am I right?
करेक्ट.
So that's why this is error. Clear, bro? If
Yes,
you
sir.
want to check your STP, you should check like this. So a spanning tree VLAN 10. is running on port channel.
एंड सर स्विच 2 पे चलाएं अभी एक बार, मे बी वहाँ पे दूसरी तरफ पोर्ट चैनल आरपी में आ गया हो,
So a spanning tree,
VLAN 10
VLAN 10.
मिलान 10
So this port
आरपी
channel is
ये सब हो रहा
RP.
है।
आरपी नाउ करेक्ट।
आप देख रहे हो VLAN 1 के लिए, तो VLAN 1 को आपने ऑलरेडी ट्रंक से रिमूव करके रखा है ना?
सर अब तो रूट ब्रिज भी दूसरा आ गया है सर, 1 वाला बन
नहीं,
गया स्विच 1। हाँ देखिए आप।
हाँ तो VLAN 10 के लिए एक ही स्विच होगा ना, रूट ब्रिज।
नहीं नहीं, मैं 10 की ही बात कर रहा हूँ, रूट ब्रिज बन गया है वो।
दोनों थोड़ी ना
स्विच
बना
1
होगा, एक बना होगा ना।
स्विच 1 बन गया है।
VLAN 1 के लिए दोनों बना हुआ है, क्योंकि ट्रंक पे BPDO एक्सचेंज नहीं हो रहा है VLAN 1 का, राइट? सो दोनों स्विच को लग रहा है मैं रूट ब्रिज हूँ। फॉर VLAN 1 still both switch are VLAN 1. If I will remove VLAN 10 from the trunk link, then for VLAN 10 also both the switches are going to be root
सर
bridge.
एक्चुअली VLAN 1 सर एसटीपी में पार्ट नहीं ले रहे हैं ना, सब दोनों डिफरेंट स्विच
STP
में।
दोनों पार्ट ले रहे हैं, लेकिन ट्रंक पे स्विच
ट्रंक
BPDO नहीं
पे
भेज रहा
अलाउड
है
नहीं
VLAN
है
1
वो।
का, एक्सचेंज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, बस ये है। पर VLAN है तो
एक बार सर
पार्टिसिपेट।
चला
VLAN
दीजिए
1
सर
का
कमांड,
बीपीडीयू नहीं जा रहा है।
हाँ,
सर कमांड चला दीजिए, उसको अलाउड ही कर देते हैं, ऐड कर देते हैं बेसिकली।
तो इंटरफेस रेंज कमांड,
थोड़ा सा और पीछे,
इंटरफेस रेंज E0/0 to 1 and E1/1।
इंटरफेस कीवर्ड नहीं लगा।
Which port trunk allowed VLAN?
ऐड सर,
Yeah, not like this, right? VLAN 1,
यस
10, 20,
20 30
and do so. Now so is pantry. So interface trunk, interface range /0 to 1
0 1 and
/1.
/1 to 2 करेक्ट।
So,
स्टेटस देखना
sir,
सर एक बार
once port has
इंटरफेसेस।
been formed, we need to go inside the port channel, right?
सस्पेंडेड स्टेट में आ गए सर इंटरफेसेस। सर एक ही इंटरफेस नहीं, ट्रंक ट्रंक ठीक है। नहीं कुछ
Port
नहीं,
trunk.
बस गलत तो कुछ नहीं चलाया सर हमने। एक बार शट नो शट करके कर ले इनको, एक बार नो शट कर दे, शट नो शट।
करना ही।
शट सर हम उसके अंदर हैं, बाहर मतलब बहुत ज्यादा अंदर है। डाउन एस, स्मॉल एस का क्या मतलब है सर इसमें? सस्पेंडेड, ओके। नॉट कंपैटिबल।
एक्सेस कहीं पे ट्रंक।
कैन नॉट बंडल इज नॉट कंपेटिबल, तो कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया अपने से।
सर आपने एक तरफ नहीं किए, VLAN 1 ऐड नहीं किए, आपने एक ही स्विच में कॉन्फ़िगर किए है।
नहीं, कॉपी पेस्ट कर रहा था पूरा पूरा कमांड दोस्त। करा है 1 10 20 30। स्विच 2 में भी एक बार देख लीजिए। करा है। एनकैप्सुलेशन, एनकैप्सुलेशन तो है ही सर, दैट इज व्हाई वो अदरवाइज वो ट्रंकिंग डॉट वन क्यू का अलार्म देता, अपने को एरर देता।
EtherChannel, when you will bundle the multiple links on EtherChannel, right, then make sure you are not going to run any command on physical port. Otherwise, you will get these types of issues. Okay. Once you will bundle physical link into EtherChannel, after that you are not allowed to run command on physical port. If you want to allow any VLAN, you can go to port channel, where you can
Yes, sir.
go.
That is a doubt before.
Where you can go to port channel. Shut down. Like here I can say interface P1 and switch port mode trunk and do
इट इज
show
बिहेविंग लाइक।
interface trunk. Till trunk is not coming up.
दूसरी तरफ भी एक बार कर लीजिए। मतलब फिजिकल इंटरफेस पे अगर कोई भी कमांड अब हमने डालनी है वो पोर्ट चैनल पे ही डालनी है।
पोर्ट चैनल
ओके।
गलत भी है, लेकिन ये रिकमेंडेशन होता है, राइट? दिस इज रिकमेंडेशन दैट after bundling the port in ether channel you should not modify the configuration of physical. This is recommendation, right? And another recommendation is whenever you are adding the port in ether channel, first you should shut the port, shut down the port. Enable config t interface range e0/0 to 1 and e1/0 1/12 port trunk encapsulation dot 1q port trunk shutdown and channel group 1 mode and then channel
शट 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 शट।
shut channel group 1 mode
सर उस पे चला लीजिए अब तक, वो अलाउड विलेन वाली दूसरे पोर्ट चैनल पे चला लीजिए। अब पोर्ट चैनल पे चलाए इंस्टेड ऑफ फिजिकल।
क्या
यही वाली कमांड।
चैनल ग्रुप कहाँ चलाएंगे?
हाँ।
इस trunk link face port shut down.
हाँ अभी शट डाउन है। आ गया. Hmm.
Now you can check the spanning tree. So spanning tree. So VLAN. So interface trunk. On the trunk link, all the VLANs are allowed. So spanning for all the VLAN.
Port channel is DP.
Port channel is DP because this switch is the root B switch.
Root.
And on switch number 2, non-root B switch, their port channel is RP. And now let me put one user in VLAN 10. Config T interface /2 switch port access VLAN 10. Interface /2 switch port access VLAN 10. Now on the trunk link, all the VLANs are allowed. So interface trunk. So you are saying just allow VLAN 10, 20, and 30 over here. So go to interface port channel 1 and switch port trunk allowed VLAN 1, 10, 20, and 30, and do so interface trunk. Now you can like this. Here also note here stint of running on physical interface port channel 1 and switch port trunk allowed then 1, 10, 30. So interface trunk. Even if you want to configure this port channel as a access port, you can do this because this is layer 2 switch. Whatever command you can run on layer 2 port, you can run here as well, right? Even I can check do so interface P1 and switch port, right? It will give me the switch port information like switch port is enable, administrative mode is trunk, operational mode is also trunk, administrative encapsulation protocol is .1q, operational mode of encapsulation protocol is .1q, negotiation is on, access mode for VLAN 1 default, native VLAN is 1. Whatever informations are there on the physical layer 2 switch, same informations are
Trunking
there.
VLANs enabled 110, 20, 30.
Yes. So this is pure layer 2 switch port. You can run all the layer 2 commands here. Right?
How to delete
how to
if I want to delete one specific VLAN from the port channel. So what is the
Yeah.
you
command?
should ask this question
Go
in
to port
trunking.
channel.
Switch
Go to
port
port
trunk,
channel first.
switch port trunk allowed VLAN remove.
Remove.
Okay,
One you
if
can.
I want to add means add.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to add then. Okay. This is my ether channel. Now another thing, identify the ports. You can see one thing here, verification commands. Let me show you some verification commands now. The first command is this one, so IP interface brief. Here you can see the port channel. Then show IP interface P1 So this is layer 2 port. That's why we are not able to see any IP configuration here. Layer 3 configuration over here. Then we can say show interface P1, right, to check detailed information on this port, similar like physical port. Then you can say switch port to check the layer 2 protocol configuration, trunking, encapsulation, mode, those all things. Then so EtherChannel.
Summary.
So EtherChannel summary is there to check the basic details like which ports are the member of my port channel, which port channel is there, right? Another command is show EtherChannel. This is also one command. Here we can check the group number. Group number is 1. We can check the types of EtherChannel is layer 2 or layer 3. How many port we can add maximum? So maximum port over here is 4. And how many ports are there in the EtherChannel is also 4. Okay. So port channel number is 1. And maximum port channel is 1. Protocol is none, because I have configured EtherChannel statically. Another verification command, okay, you can check a spanning tree protocol also. You can check the trunk link also. Those are also the verification commands of port channel, because all the things are working on now port channel, not on the physical interface. Then so EtherChannel, and we can check load balance. Which algorithm is running for load balancing? If you want to change the algorithm, you can change it. But by default, you can see algorithm is source, destination, and IP. Means it is performing load balancing on the basis of source IP and destination IP. We can achieve load balancing on the basis of source IP, on the basis of destination IP, on the basis of source and destination IP, or source MAC, destination MAC, and source and destination MAC. These are the load balancing algorithms supported by EtherChannel. In EtherChannel, we can achieve load balancing on the basis of these parameters. We can tell to switch that perform load balancing on the basis of source MAC, or on the basis of source IP, or on the basis of source plus destination IP, or on the basis of source plus destination MAC. Okay. So if I am saying source MAC only, let's say, if I have a topology like this, then let's say 2 switches are there, switch 1 and switch 2. 8 links are there. How many links? 8. 3, 4, or let's say 4 links are there. Let's make it simple, okay? Between switch 1 and switch 2, I have 4 link. Switch 1, switch 2. Let's say this is port number 1, this is port number 2, this is port number 3, or you can say 0/0, 0/1, like that also. Fine. And here I have one PC. Here I have one another. MAC address of PC 1 is, let's say, A, and MAC address of this PC2 is B. IP address of PC1 is 10.1.1.1. IP address of PC2 is 10.1.1. So if I am going to ping, let's say, I'm going to send any data from PC1 to PC2, which should perform load balancing, right? So source IP will be 10.1.1.1, destination IP will be 10.1.1.2, source MAC will be A, and destination MAC will be what? B?
Broadcast.
B.
Okay, it is learned first time. Okay.
If MAC address is not there in the MAC address table, then definitely it is put this message on hold and it will generate. Now, the algorithm, load balancing algorithm on the switch is source MAC. So switch 1 will only use source MAC address to perform load balancing, to find the physical port to forward this traffic. Switch 1 will only use source MAC. Source MAC is what? A. And how many links are there, guys, between switches?
4.
4 links are there. How many bits are required to represent 4 link? If I have 1 bit, then I can represent 2 link.
One.
It can be 0 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I need 2 bits to represent 4 link. It can be 0 0, 1 0, 0 1 or 1 1.
1 1.
So 4 switches know that 4 ports are there in the bundling, right? So switch will use last 2 bits of source MAC address. If you are going to use last 2 bits of source MAC address, then what will be the value? A means what? 10. What is the binary of 10? This is the binary of 10.
Correct.
It is going to use last 2 bits, means these 2 bits for load
1
balancing.
1 0.
If there are 8 links, then it will use last 3 bits, right? So last 2 bit is 1 0. What is the decimal value? 2. What is the decimal value? 2. So on the basis of this 2 value, it is going to choose the link. In EtherChannel, it is going to assign one ID here, like ID number 1, ID number means link number 1, this is link number 2, this is link number 3, and this is link number 4 in the bundle. So if it will get the decimal value 1, then it is going to use link number 1. If it will get decimal value 2, then it is going to use link number 2. If it will get decimal value 3, then it is going to use link number 3. And if the decimal value is 4, then it is going to use link 4. But decimal value will be not 4. It can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 2, or it can be 3. Because last 2 bits can be what, guys? Either 0 0, 1 0, or 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. So here decimal value is going to be what? 0. Here decimal value is going to be what? 1. Here decimal value is going to be what? 2. Here decimal value is going to be what? 3. So first, which have received the frame. Now it need to find the physical link in the bundle. So it will convert source MAC address into binary because the algorithm is source MAC. It will find the decimal value, and on the corresponding of destination value, it will choose the link. If decimal value is 0, then it will use link number 1. If decimal value is 1, then it will use link number 2. So in this case, switch 1 will forward traffic from which port? From here it will forward the traffic. Port number 2. Getting my point? If
सर ये 10 का 2 कैसे निकाला हमने डेसिमल वैल्यू?
बाइनरी में कन्वर्ट किया
हाँ, ये
और
तो ठीक है.
लास्ट के दो बिट्स यूज किया, 2 बिट्स को
ओके, तो
डेसिमल में कन्वर्ट कर दिया.
ओके, उसका 2 हो गया. ओके, ओके.
डेसिमल वैल्यू ऑफ दिस बाइनरी इज 2.
तो मैक एड्रेस तो ए और बी तो होता नहीं है सर, वो 48 बिट्स का होता है,
तो
राइट?
लास्ट मैक एड्रेस का लास्ट 2 बिट्स.
कोई
So
एक
it
मैक
is
एड्रेस पीसी, सर एक पीसी का मैक एड्रेस कॉपी करेंगे अपने टोपोलॉजी उससे, एंड उसमें समझा पाए तो.
मैं लिख देता हूँ ना, ए बी सी डॉट 15 एफ डॉट 157 say AB. This is the MAC address. So it will convert B into binary and it will use last 2 bits. If there are 4 links, if there are 8 links, it is going to use last 3 bits. But if the source and algorithm is source and destination, then what will happen? In this case, when PC2 will send traffic to PC1, which link switch 2 will use?
बी का
Then
कैसे
in that
लिखेंगे? बी
case,
को 11 को
switch 2 will convert B into
डेसिमल
binary.
वैल्यूज
First
binary,
into
yeah.
binary. Right? B means 11. Binary is going to be 1011. Right? It will use last 2 bits. And decimal value of last 2 bit is 3. That means it is going to use last link, 4th link. It will forward traffic from. Right? So request will come from port number 2 and reply will come from port number 4. But what is the issue over here, guys? Let's say this switch 1 is connected to one router and the router is connected to
switches.
internet. In that case, if any user is going to access internet, right? Let's say PC1 want to access internet, source MAC will be A. PC2 trying to access internet, source MAC will be B. If I have any another PC here, PC3 MAC address C. So if this PC is going to access internet, MAC address C, on the basis of it will perform load balancing. But for the reply packet, every time in the reply packet, source MAC will be what? MAC address of gateway. Router MAC address, right? So it will not perform reply load balancing for reply packet, because in all the reply packet, source MAC address is going to be same. Then we are going to change the algorithm from source MAC address to source plus destination MAC address. Source plus destination MAC. In that case, what will do happen? Which is going to check both the things, source MAC A, destination MAC B. It will convert both source and destination into binary. Binary of 10 1010, binary of 11 1011, and it is going to use last bits, last two bits, means 10 and 11, and now it will perform AND operation over here. After AND operation, value is going to be same. It will calculate now decimal value. Decimal value is going to be 2. It will use link number 3. Getting my point?
Ten हो गया उसका 2.
Sir, link 3 means?
Link 3 means?
ये link. Port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4.
तो सर 2 की वजह से लिंक 3 कैसे लिखा गया? लिंक पोर्ट 2 ही नहीं होना चाहिए।
पोर्ट ही अगर यहाँ पे मैं 1 के जगह पे इसको 0 कर दूं, पोर्ट नंबर 0, पोर्ट नंबर 1,
ओके
पोर्ट नंबर 2, बात तो
ठीक
इक्वली है ना।
ठीक ठीक
पोर्ट जनरली स्विच पे ऐसे ही रहता है ना।
ओके
Sir, so it is always limited to 4 number.
4 number
between switch and to means 4 links only.
We can have 8 links, 8 links.
Okay.
एंड अभिषेक, हम लोग लेफ्ट टू राइट काउंट कर रहे हैं सर, राइट टू लेफ्ट काउंट कर रहे हैं, इसलिए लिंक 2 को मतलब 2 को लिंक 3 लिखा है।
Nice.
ठीक है सर।
ओके तो इस तरीके से लोड बैलेंसिंग एल्गोरिथम। इफ आई एम गोइंग टू से सोर्स आईपी, then it will convert IP address into binary and it will use last 2 bits if there are 4 link, right? And my load balancing algorithm, if source plus destination IP, then again AND operation same thing, right? Similar like source and destination MAC. And if I will talk about the load balancing algorithm here, so it is going to be like 1 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. Same packet will be forward from all the ports depending upon load balancing algorithm. If any link will goes down, let's say 4th number link is not down, right? That means 3 links are only there. Then how it will perform load balancing? Because it is using last 2 bits, right? It can get 4 values, but there are only 3 links. So it will forward 2 packet from first port, not from first port, last port. 1 ratio 1 ratio, और यहाँ पे है 2 ratio 1 ratio 1. Means if the value is 0 0, port number 1. If the value is 0 1, port number 2. If the value is 1 0, port number 3. And if the value is 1 1, then port number 1 again. Getting my point? So 2 packets for link on link number 1. If one more link will goes down, let's say 2 link has gone down, right? So in the configure bundle there are 4 links, but only 2 links are active. So it will change the ratio to 2:2, right? If link number is bits is 00, then link number 1. Bits is 01, then link number 2. If bit is 10, then again link number 1. If bit is 11, it is like this. 2:2. So this way, load balancing works in EtherChannel. Is it clear?
So basis of source MAC and destination MAC we are getting, right? Load balancing.
Source MAC, destination MAC, source plus destination MAC, source IP, destination IP, source plus destination IP. 6 types of load balancing algorithms are there. To change the load balancing algorithm, you need to run the command. Config T, ether port channel and load balance. See, destination IP, destination MAC, source and destination IP, source and destination MAC, source IP, source MAC. These are the algorithm available. Clear?
Which one is preferred, sir?
Source and destination you can configure, or source IP or destination IP you can configure, because even if I am going to configure source and destination MAC, right? So every time when user will generate traffic for internet, destination MAC will be the MAC address of gateway. So if you want to utilize all the link, you should use IP. Means if it is the PC is going to ping 8.8.8, it will use different link. If PC is going to ping 4.4.4, it will use different link. Whenever
So
we
by
forward,
default it is IP, right?
yes, by default it is. By default is the best one. Best one is source and destination IP, which is by default configured.
सर ये एल्गोरिथम को मैनिपुलेट किया जा सकता है क्या?
कैसे मैनिपुलेट?
तो ये चेंज कर सकते हैं
एल्गोरिथम?
हाँ सर,
हाँ तो चेंज तो कर रहा हूँ ना, ये करने का ही तो कमांड है. अभी कौन सा एल्गोरिथम चल रहा है? तो EtherChannel load balance, source and destination IP, right? I want to change port channel load balance. I want to use only source MAC. SRC, like this you can change. Now you can check. So EtherChannel load balance. Now algorithm is source MAC.
Sir, but I have never seen in production कि someone is changing this load balance configuration. है तो हुआ है क्या आपकी लाइफ में, मतलब आपने कभी किया?
हाँ मैंने तो किया, होता है कभी कभी. जब डिफॉल्ट कुछ स्विचेस पे ना डिफॉल्ट ही आती थी सोर्स मैक, तो हमें चेंज करके उसको सोर्स एंड डेस्टिनेशन आईपी करना पड़ता.
So sir, what is real scenario, real time scenario in this?
This is real scenario, bro.
No, means what we are prioritizing that time is
Source plus destination IP.
No, we are prioritizing any particular application, right? Which is our internal zone.
The EtherChannel load balancing algorithm is source plus destination IP. So it will utilize all the link. It is not based on application. EtherChannel does not perform load balancing on the basis of application or services. EtherChannel can perform load balancing on the basis of source MAC, destination MAC, source IP, destination IP, and source plus destination MAC and IP. So here your layer 2 EtherChannel is, and now if I will talk about the protocol, so there are two protocols, LACP and PGP. Both protocols are used to configure EtherChannel dynamically. It is similar like a static route or dynamic route. A static method of configuring IP and dynamic method of configuring IP, right? So if we are going to configure it manually, like you can assume the trunking between two switches. If I need to configure trunking between two switches, I have two options. I can manually run switch port mode trunk command both sides, or I can change the DTP mode. By default, DTP mode is dynamic auto and dynamic auto. So dynamic auto and dynamic auto cannot form trunking. You know this, right? But why we have configured dynamic auto and auto? That in future, if someone want to configure this link as trunking, they can just access any one link, one switch, and they can change the mode. Similar like we have two protocols here to configure EtherChannel dynamically. For an example, I have switch 1 and switch 2. Two links are there, and I want to form EtherChannel dynamically. So by using PAGP, I have two modes: dynamic auto, dynamic desirable. So first of all, let me talk about dynamic auto dynamic. So if both side mode is dynamic auto, it cannot form trunking, because similar like dynamic auto in the DTP does not initiate the trunking. Exactly like that, dynamic auto in PAGP does not initiate the ether channel. If you want to form ether channel over here, any one side you can change mode to dynamic desirable. Not dynamic desirable, we can say only this. One side is auto, one side is will form ether. Auto will never form ether channel. Not. Auto and desirable will always form ether channel. Yes. Desirable and auto will also form ether channel.
EtherChannel. Same like DTP concept.
Same like DTP concept. And dynamic desirable and desirable will also form ether channel.
DDDD work.
Now if I will talk about PAGP, so instead of dynamic auto, we have here passive. Active means desirable and passive means auto. Means passive cannot form ether channel. Active and passive can form ether channel. Yes. Similar like DTP.
AD. You can say.
Passive and active can also form ether channel, and active and active can also form ether channel. And to configure it, just you need to change the mode. Everything is exactly same. Interface range E0/0 to 1 and E1/1 to channel group 1 and mode, right? If I am going to say active, means I am enabling LACP protocol, right? First of all here, if I will say
सर पहले में भी तो ऑन कर रहे थे तो LACP था, राइट?
कहाँ था LACP? ऑन था,
सर
प्रोटोकॉल नल था. अभी कहाँ पे LACP? अब अभी कहाँ LACP? तो सर हाँ, प्रोटोकॉल नल है.
ओके, ठीक है सर, गॉट इट.
Right? So I am going to say what here? Port channel.
बाहर आना पड़ेगा.
Channel group 1
One.
port on I'm going to remove this command, no, shut down, and I am going to configure channel group 1
सर इस केस में भी इंटरफेस सेट नहीं करने पड़ेंगे अपने को?
interface set ही है.
Okay.
Let's say 10 and mode active. So it will enable which protocol? So Ether
LACP.
protocol is LACP. On switch number 2, you can configure passive or active, both will work. So here I can say interface range E 0/0 to 1 and E 1/1 to
नहीं काम कर.
आप भी लेट ही ना बोले हो.
सर आप तेजी से इतना चल रहे थे, अनम्यूट करने में टाइम लग गया.
तो कहाँ पे था, मैं भूल गया. ओके,
सर पैसिव.
channel group 10 and mode. Here we can
पैसिव.
configure active or passive. Let's say passive, right? And so the channel protocol is now LACP.
LACP.
So IP is brief, it is down on number 2, I think. No sir. So the channel protocol is LACP. So IP interface brief, my port channel is up. Number 2 also. So the channel protocol is LACP and so IP interface. If you want to configure PAGP, you can enable, you can configure mode desirable or auto. Now if I want to disable ether channel between switch 1 and switch 2, I don't need to access switch 2. This is the only benefit of using protocol. Here I can go to interface range, this one, and I can say what? Ether channel, sorry, port channel, channel group 10 and mode passive. Passive. Right, so passive will not form ether channel. You can
Ether
see
channel.
so ether channel summary, and so IP interface. Okay.
अच्छा ये W का क्या मतलब है? ऊपर आया था इधर चैनल समरी में, कमांड में. ऊपर लिंक का स्टेटस दिखा रहा था W. ओके. इसी में चली जाए, यहीं से पता लग जाएगा W का मतलब. थोड़ा सा नीचे W waiting to be aggregated. ओके. इंटरफेसेस का स्टेटस देखेंगे ना, नीचे जाएंगे इस कमांड में, तो W लिखा हुआ है इंटरफेस के सामने. हाँ हाँ, ये रहा लास्ट में ही है, वेटिंग टू बी एग्रीगेटेड.
Note in use.
ये भी पैसिव कर दिया हमने.
Passive. So in future, if I want to form ether channel here, simply on switch number 1, I can change the mode to active.
Active. That's it.
This is the only benefit of using protocol, nothing else. Otherwise, the working, load balancing, everything is going to be
सेम. सर PAGP में क्या होगा फिर अलग?
PGP में भी कुछ नहीं अलग होगा, सेम ही है. PGP बस Cisco proprietary है.
ओके.
Channel
इसीलिए
group 20 and mode desirable. So this command will enable PAGP protocol. So sir, for group number 1 on, for group number 10, for group number 10 it's a LACP. Acha, okay, we have configured, configure active. Sorry, passive.
Passive.
Fine. Here
PAGP.
both are.
Same.
If you want to remove any, like port 1 here, you can say no interface port channel 1 also, like this also you can remove.
पोर्ट चैनल को हटाने के लिए.
Yes,
And if I want to remove any particular interface from port channel,
then वो तो बहुत ही आसान. Interface is 0/0 channel group. Actually, you can check the running configuration. So run
हाँ
interface
वहां से नो कर देंगे. ओके,
is 0/0. तो जो भी कमांड आपको रिमूव करना है वो
नो कर देंगे, उस कमांड को हट जाएगा. बिकॉज सर कई बार क्या होता है कि मतलब अभी मैंने एक कस्टमर के लिए देखा था, उसमें एक पोर्ट डाउन दिखा रहा था इधर चैनल का. मान लो ई अपनी टोपोलॉजी के हिसाब से वी कैन से E0/0 बिटवीन स्विच 1 एंड स्विच 2 इज गेटिंग डाउन, बाकी सब पे चल रहा है. सो कस्टमर वाज मतलब और उसमें एक और चीज थी कि स्विच 2 जो है कस्टमर का, इट वाज मतलब स्विच 1 वाज मैनेज्ड बाय अस एंड स्विच 2 वाज मैनेज्ड बाय कस्टमर. तो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वेंडर थे, एक ये चीज भी थी. एंड उसमें सर हमने सारा इफ एंड बट अपनी तरफ से भी सेट की, हमारी तरफ ये कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, वी हैव मैच दिस दैट ये वो, बट वो नहीं मान रहे थे. फिर दे हैव गिवन अस सॉल्यूशन कि भाई आप इसको एक बार चैनल ग्रुप से हटाओ फिर डालो. तो उस केस में जरूरत पड़ रही थी ये हटाने की और डालने की सर.
बिल्कुल पड़ता है. कभी भी आपको इंटरफेस पे से कोई भी कमांड हटाना है ना, तो सबसे पहले आपको रनिंग कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ही चेक करना है. वहाँ से डायरेक्ट कॉपी करिए, नो करिए, मिस्टेक होने के भी चांसेस कम.